Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita Adi Lila, chapter 9, text 39. Ateva sabafala deha yare tare kaya har ok loka ajara amare. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Distribute this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Let people eat these fruits and ultimately become free from old age and death. So who's giving us this instruction? This instruction is given by Lord Chaitanya. He's saying, become Krishna conscious and give Krishna consciousness to everyone. And in this way, become free from old age and death. Go back home, back to Godhead, revive our love for Krishna, the Krishna consciousness movement. So who has started this Krishna consciousness movement? It is introduced by Lord Chaitanya himself. This Krishna consciousness movement, the inaugurator is Lord Chaitanya. It is an extremely important movement because one who takes to it becomes eternal, being freed from birth, death, and old age. It can help us to revive our original spiritual identity. It helps us to uh, understand that I'm not this body, I'm the spirit soul. It helps us to never come back to this material world again and go to the spiritual world. People do not recognize that the real distresses in life are the four principles of birth, death, old age, and disease. So we think we know, of course, that there's so many miseries, so much suffering is there. Each of us may have a different type of suffering, but what is the real suffering? The real suffering is the suffering of birth, death, old age, and disease. Well, we may say birth. Birth is happy. Why is it a suffering? We heard in third canto on how Lord Kapila Dev is explaining what's the position of the child in the womb, how there is fire burning him, how he's being bitten by the worms in the womb of the mother, uh, you know, how it's such a compact situation. So birth is also a distress. Then, of course, old age. I don't think anyone wants to become old. Um, it's not a very good situation. And diseases. No one wants to get disease and death. Why should I die? Why do I have to leave this body? So we can have a permanent solution to this birth, death, old age, and disease. There is a permanent solution for it. So people are so foolish that they resign themselves to these four miseries, not knowing the transcendental remedy of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from all misery. But because they are enchanted by the illusory energy, people do not take this movement seriously. So if we really apply ourselves in this Krishna consciousness, we take it up with determination, we take it up with sincerity, we can actually permanently find a solution to birth, death, old age, and disease. No more. We don't have to take another birth again. We always say transmigration of the soul. So we can stop this transmigration for ourselves and go to the spiritual world. And of course, if we don't take another material body, means it's only because of the body that we have this suffering of birth, death, old age, and disease. But we are so captivated by Maya. We're so captivated by the ephemeral, it's so enchanting to us that we are not able to apply ourselves seriously to the Krishna consciousness movement. Therefore, those who are actually servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must seriously distribute this movement all over the world to render the greatest benefit to human society. So, this is the order of Lord Chaitanya. Yare dekha tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. Whoever you meet, wherever you go, tell them about Krishna. If we can really do that, just give the Hare Krishna mantra. We don't have to sit and speak philosophy or try to convince anyone. No, we simply tell them Hare Krishna. That's it. Work done. Their spiritual journey starts. Of course, animals and other lower species are not capable of understanding this movement. But if even a small number of human beings take it seriously, then by their chanting loudly, all living entities, including even trees, animals, and other lower species, will be benefited. So this is what the devotees do. They do Harinam Sankirtan. They go anywhere, everywhere, and they loudly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Why? For our benefit, for the benefit of the trees, the plants, whoever is listening. There's so many living entities everywhere, even the bacteria. Everyone is benefited by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from Haridas Thakur how he was to benefit living entities other than humans. So, Lord Chaitanya, he's asking Haridas Thakur, now how can I benefit? Okay, we can understand human beings, we can benefit in so many ways. How can we help living entities who are animals or trees or plant or fish or birds? How to help them? So Haridas Thakur, what did he reply? He replied that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so potent that if it is chanted loudly, everyone will benefit, including the lower species of life. So this is what is needed, Harinam Sankirtan. When we are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, there's so many living entities we are not aware of that they are around us, but they can hear. They can hear and they get the benefit of it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, reading on. Jagat Vyapya Morahabe Punya Khyati Sukhina Haya Loka More Gahi Beka Kirti. If the fruits are distributed all over the world, my reputation as a pious man will be known everywhere, and thus all people will glorify my name with great pleasure. This prediction of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's is now actually coming to pass. The Krishna consciousness movement is being distributed all over the world through the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And people who are leading confused, chaotic lives are now feeling transcendental happiness. It's true. We can go to so many different parts of the world. Like Guru Maharaj, he speaks of Kamchaka. Kamchaka is like a really remote area way up in north of Russia, way up, almost reaching Alaska, he says. And you can't reach there by road, only by plane. And the temperature there is like always negative 40 or something. So it's a really, really difficult environment. But even in such, and you can't access it by land. No land access. Even in such a remote place, there are devotees there chanting Hare Krishna. This is the prediction of Lord Chaitanya, and we are seeing the prediction of Lord Chaitanya, um, seeing it come true. And seeing it come true. So they are finding peace in Sankirtana, and therefore they are acknowledging the supreme benefit of this movement. This is the blessing of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His prediction is now factually being fulfilled. And those who are sober and conscientious are appreciating the value of this great movement. So the taste of the pudding is in eating it. One may say, oh, this is a nice pudding. And another may glorify the pudding. But till the time we don't taste it, we are not able to relish it. Similarly, once we actually start chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, then we will be able to relish. We'll feel the happiness gradually, gradually, gradually. You know, we get attached gradually, hopefully, to chanting the holy name. We just have to take it up. We take it up and then we can feel the magic. Okay. Feel the spiritual strength. Yeah, Bharata Bhumite Haila, Manushya Janmayar, Janma Sarthaka Kare, Karapara Opakar. One who has taken his birth as a human being in the land of India, Bharatvarsh, should make his life successful. How? And work for the benefit of all other people. This is what Lord Chaitanya is saying. It's his instruction to everyone. First, he's saying to everyone, whoever is there in this universe, all human beings, take up this Krishna consciousness movement and give it to everyone. Now he's specifically giving another instruction to people who are born in the land of India, Bharatvarsh, and make life successful. How? Work for the benefit of other people. So if we can follow this instruction of Lord Chaitanya, we can invite the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. We can access the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and by inviting the mercy, or by accessing the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we can quickly go back home, back to Godhead. The magnanimity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expressed in this very important verse. Although he was born in Bengal and Bengalis therefore have a special duty toward him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is addressing not only Bengalis, but all the inhabitants of India. It is in the land of India that actual human civilization can be developed. So we may say, oh, but how can I do? What can I do? I don't know anything. I'm not qualified. We don't have to think that. The qualification is coming from Lord Chaitanya. He's the one who's empowering us. We simply have to take it up. All he is giving us the power. We simply have to follow the instruction. And we may say, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But because Lord Chaitanya is saying it, it has to come to pass. It has to become a reality. We simply become an instrument. Human life is especially meant for God realization, as stated in the Vedanta Sutra. Okay, so we can read this purport tomorrow. It's a bit longer, but here, yes, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving a special instruction to everyone born in the land of India that we become Krishna conscious and we give Krishna consciousness to everyone. That is the way we can benefit ourselves and benefit others. We may like to help others, but we may not know what is the correct help to give. The best way that we can help anyone is by giving them this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by connecting them to Lord Krishna, by giving them Krishna consciousness, giving them a book or prasad, inviting them to a program, chanting with them, reading, all these things. Is that okay?
Yes.
So if we can each of us try in our very little way. Of course, there may be people who don't want to hear us. We don't have to fight with and argue with people and tell them, no, you must listen to me. But if we find someone who we can approach, we can speak to them, give them a book. Many people might not be willing to hear, but people are willing to take a book, give them a book, take part in the Harinam Sankirtans. That is very powerful. This is the month of Kartik. In the month of Kartik, any spiritual activity we do, we get the benefit thousands of times. So we encourage everyone to chant Hare Krishna and to encourage others to chant Hare Krishna. Did anyone want to add anything else?
No, it is just that how merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is.
Yeah, he was really
Yeah.
merciful. Yeah, we
And
are
I
not
just
able to
have,
understand. Huh?
yeah, we are not able to. And I just also had one more realization today because I heard from Amrendra Prabhu, he was sharing experience of some Mataji, and then I just followed. Like before starting my chanting, she reads a lot of Ashtakam and meanings and like how we wake up and then we take bath and then so I tried that because it's the month of Kartik, and yes, that helped me in my chanting a lot.
Hmm. Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
because it was like the Goswami Ashtakam, and Amrin Prabhu referred what we should be reading, Vrindavan Ashtakam or Goswami Ashtakam. Guru Ashtakam we do, then even Tulsi Aarti, then read the meaning. Then it will touch your heart. It will go straight because you're reading the meaning, and then you're in that conscious, you're remembering those thoughts while chanting that goes in your head. So it was really, really helpful
Very good.
for more
Very
good chanting. Yeah,
beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
closed.
Thank you. Jai. Hare Krishna. Chaitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hari